Hey, welcome to the AMC Squeeze Show. Shalom, Moneymaker Tribe. Welcome back. How are you doing today? I want to talk to you guys about AMC stock. So first of all, breathe. Right? We're able to finish in the green. It was a little bit scary there for a few minutes. It looked like we might finish in the red, but AMC stock was able to finish in the green. We're gonna go a little bit over the price action. After market, it's looking good. Take a little look maybe at some TA, and we'll see. I want to talk to you guys about the FTDs a little bit, and the general sentiment for AMC stock, and where do we go from here, right? Today was a good day, but I think AMC stock needs continuity. We need to see, a few green days in a row, a little bit of recovery, and then we'll know that we're on the right path. One green day, it might be a little bit of a mirage, right? We need a little bit a continuity, and then we can say, okay, AMC stock is going in the right direction. Let's jump into the graph. Before we run the intro, all I ask is that you smash that like button to help with the YouTube algorithm. And guys, remember, I am not a financial advisor, so always do your own due diligence before you decide to invest in a stock. Something that I like to do once in a while to see the sentiment that's going around, with AMC stock is to do like AMC stock on Google and see what the results are. See, if it's positive, if it's negative, what's going on. Before we had the run last time from 12 to 70, suddenly all the articles, that I saw here suddenly became positive, right? And so I knew that something was cooking, something was happening. We're not there yet. Still the articles, AMC shares attempt to come back, right? They jumped the gun a little bit with this because, it was 1.17 and we ended up finishing 7.69 up, right? So they jumped the gun a little bit with this article. Despite rebound, AMC stock has lost nearly half of its gains. Why is everyone talking about AMC? Jim Cramer, we talked about him yesterday, explains his views. So it's not there yet. There's no positive articles. We talked about the tactics that hedge funds sometimes use where they'll, start pushing, positive articles about AMC stock to get the interest, to get the price up, right? They do this tactic called buy the rumor, sell the news. They get it, to be good. We showed even on Yahoo, like the main article was about AMC and how it's doing, the stock is doing great. And then we saw that, amazing runs. They use this tactic. They put out positive vibe. They put out positive stuff, and they were pushing the stock up. And then they started shorting it when they, got to the top after June 2nd, where they said that was quote unquote the news, that everybody was saying June 2nd, the day, that's the cutoff date for the amount of shares. They used that day as like the news. And after that, they started attacking. We saw July 1st, it started significantly going down. We were able to hold really nice for a month. And now hopefully we're in the reversal stage, and we'll talk about the FTDs in a second. I showed it in a video before. It's just a huge amount. We'll talk about this just a second. I want to talk first about what happened today. So I was looking at the graph, and it looks, I don't like doing this. Let me bring me down for a second. I don't like doing this because it's I can never see it 100%, but it kind of looks like we're seeing a reverse head and shoulders here. You can see this is like the one shoulder. This is the head. It's kind of wonky, right? But this is another shoulder, and here we have the right arm that's going to go up, right? That's if we look at what inverse head and shoulders, this is what it's supposed to look like. You see the neckline, you have a shoulder, a head, and then another shoulder, and you have a breakout here. So it looks like we're leading to the breakout, and notice how volume increases once the price breaks above the resistance. So this would be the resistance area where we have it charted out here. And we see for aftermarket, there was a lot of movement here in aftermarket. You see 39.87 was the high, pulled back a little bit, was up 10% in aftermarket. So that's very interesting. I was just looking at my Webull app. If you're interested in joining Webull, I have a affiliate link in the description down below. You can trade pre-market and aftermarket, and there's another 4 or 5 days for their promotion where you only have to deposit $5, guys, to get those free stocks. Get it before it finishes, and they also have the fractional shares in Webull if you're interested. Okay, guys, so Today was a good day. We saw the rebound here, the green day after 4 red days, right? We had 4 red days. We had green day, 4 red days, green day, another 4 red days. Now we had a green day. We had a nice volume day, almost 200 million. So that's a good sign. It's a good sign that we had a green day with a lot of volume, and another thing that I really liked here was the fact that we were up 10%. We had the pullback, we had the recovery, and they've been doing this like the past few days. You can see the dip. We had the dip here. It was almost at 0% here, and then we were able to do this recovery, and even aftermarket go up to this 39 area, which was above the high that we had here. It looks good. It looks good, but we need tomorrow pre-market continuity. Tomorrow, Friday, a nice green day. Doesn't have to be 10-20% tomorrow, but just the continuity to get another green day. I think it will help apes get back their confidence. Once we have the confidence back, what happens usually is people sell on the way down and then they buy back on the way up when it's higher than where they bought. And they're like, oh, shoot, I sold and now it's higher than where I sold. You know what? I'm going to get back in. This is what happens. This is the FOMO, clicking in. And this has happened to me before, especially when I was unexperienced in the stock market. I would be like, oh my God, it's going down. I'm selling. I'm out of it, right? And then it would go like two months later, or however long it would take, suddenly it would be above the level, and it was even 100% over that. And I'd be like, you know what, it has good momentum, I'm going to get back in, and then it will take a dip again. That happened to me all the time, and I always think that something was wrong with me, like I don't know what I was doing. It's just how the stock market works, and a lot of times stocks work like this. They'll go down, they'll go up, and when you feel like, oh, I'm going to miss out, it's going to the moon, that's when they'll pull back again, and that's usually when you'll get in again. So it's something that you learn, and you learn that you can't time the market, you can't time a stock. The very low probability that you're going to get exactly at 32 and then it's going to go up, and this is going to be the lowest it's going to be in a while. Sometimes you get it right, like when I saw it was at 12 and I said, okay, it's going to go up from here. I didn't get exactly at the lowest point, like it went a little bit more down and then it went up. But just the area, I felt that was an area that was a good time to get in. And so this is what you get. It's a little bit of a feeling. It's a little bit of experience looking at graphs, hours and hours and hours of looking at graphs. So you need like 10,000 hours to become an expert. So I don't think I have 10,000 hours looking at graphs yet. Maybe in a 10, 15 years, maybe. I don't know how many hours I've been looking at lately in the past 6 months. But it takes time. It takes time to become an expert. It takes time and experience to know these things and to get your bearing on these things. Let's talk about the short fail to deliver. So listen, guys, there was a little bit of pressure was put on the fail to delivers last week and this week, and we were on the threshold list. And there's 40 million fail to delivers from this week here that we have reported. This can cause huge pressure on the shorts and the people that sold those call options to deliver these shares. It potentially could cause big buying pressure, but we know already that they can find ways to get around this, to find loopholes, to push it forward and all that. So I don't want to get the expectations too high for these fail to delivers, but we haven't seen something like this in a long time, where there's so many fail to delivers, and SEC needs to do something about this. If it doesn't end with a lot of buying of shares, SEC, Gary Gensler, I think he's the name of the head of the SEC. You need to do something. You're probably not watching my video. Maybe I can tag you on Twitter or something like that. But something needs to be done. It doesn't make sense. If you put in place rules that apply to Joe Schmo, right? It needs to apply for Citadel. It needs to apply for the hedge funds. So it doesn't make sense. And to give a fine that it doesn't even mean anything to these hedge funds, it's not the solution, right? Like when you drive too fast, you get a here in Israel they give actually very high fines, but once you get a certain amount of points, then you have to go to like a driver's ed again, and if you get too many points again, they can take your driver's license. So maybe they need to start taking these hedge funds driver's license, or their ability to be market makers, or whatever they're doing, and maybe that will be the straw that will make them stop doing these illegal things. So maybe that needs to happen, guys. Guys, whew. If you haven't yet joined the Moneymaker Tribe, subscribe, ring the bell, smash the like button. I let out an air because, Green Day, it's been hard. It's been rough these past few weeks, especially, for the guys that are on the YouTube. I know, the people look to us for guidance and for support. And it's been hard for us to, I put a significant amount of money in AMC, like disclaimer, but it's been hard for me, and so this air that we're able to breathe after a Green Day, hopefully this continues and we see the stock continue to go up, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you next time, and like I always say, let's make a lot of money.